In this country, can you say the word nigger?
Wow, it's like a fucking rave in your fucking office.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is how I live. This is how I sleep. I sleep with it like this. I just sleep like just like
you have EDM
yeah.
nightmares. Is that what you have?
24-hour party people.
So welcome back to Meth Squad, Grub Thug Boys. Okay, I thought I would read like a nice, tasteful bit of literature to get us started. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Fingered slowly, like the first time you came, the Asians of oblivion descend upon the same, caked with mud and mother's
The
blood.
Asians of Oblivion?
Yeah, don't interrupt me.
Sorry, Bill. I don't know. You could have said ancients. It's like Asians.
Don't fucking. I'm on the flow, dude. Now I have to go back.
Well, yeah, obviously, re-up. Pull it up,
On the top.
DJ. Yeah.
The Asians of oblivion. The Asians of oblivion descend upon this. Okay, no, we're doing it all over again. Fingered slowly, like the first time you came. The Asians of oblivion descend upon the same, caked with mud and mother's blood, playing death games in the rain, and we wonder how it feels to be free. I thought I heard them whisper mutiny, living room rape scenes. We cut their throats while they slept, dreaming and digesting shards of turtle shell, the televisions blaring, and the ghost of Hitler speaks. Crowned with barbed wire, I smear my warm semen on the walls of my oppression. I accuse God for the murder of eternity, my everything that is nothing. Jewish propaganda and dog sperm. Degeneration, the beautiful downgrade. Do you remember the first sunrise? Sharpened bone clenched tight in your fist, screaming into the blue, an urge to kill the sky. I can smell the forest, like pussy in heat. Barefoot, I run through the chaos. The assassins of freedom tend the burning of truth. As we walk these prison walls, it's maddening, always touching something.
Fucking hell.
Welcome back.
Poetry from the muse. Mental. I mean, like on the one note, seriously, on the one hand, the sort of thing that you would see scrawled in human feces on a psych ward wall by someone who had just recently been 51-50. On the other hand, there was some bangers in there, dude. When your book of poetry comes, you are kind of like the Aryan Charles Bukowski. That is kind of your whole vibe.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't write that, but thank you.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Fuck you. Bukowski was also a con man.
No, I have some Bukowski stuff.
Have you seen the spoken word poet? There's a spoken word poet from London who's going around who's like trending at the moment. He has this.
I changed a few lyrics though, like the Agents of Oblivion was mine. It really says Agents of Oblivion, and it really says Christian
of Oblivion was amazing, fucking brilliant. But there's this dude in London, right? He's a spoken word poet. And he's like really big in the like hipster scene, very, very leftist. And his shit has been going viral for the wrong reasons. Like obviously it's like common to our circles and people have been finding it so funny.
Is it gay that last night I had a dream that Joe Rogan stroked his cock whilst whispering sweet nothings in my ear about the nutritional benefits of elk meat?
There's this poem, I'll try and find it for you. There's this poem where it's like, it's called The Manosphere Orgy. And it's like, and Piers Morgan was there looking at me, and I don't know what to do, Mr. Tate, or some shit like that. It's so funny, bro. You have to see it. Wait, hold on, I'm going to find it. That's what it reminded me of, at first, at least. But then you got quite good, to be honest. Whose poem is that?
It's Acid Bath. Dax Riggs wrote that. It's in metals. Like it's called Bonus Poem. And I felt like sharing that today for show and tell.
Can we try to do a quick recap of what happened since the last episode?
In an escalation that could spark all-out war in the Middle East, the United States has dramatically entered Israel's war against Iran.
Yeah, American jets bombed 3 nuclear sites over in the Islamic Republic. One of those sites was the infamous mountain facility at Fordo, a major uranium enrichment center, hundreds of feet underground. And in a speech to the nation, as you heard, President Trump said that All of the sites were, quote, completely and totally obliterated.
We have
3 sources tell CNN that according to an early U.S. intelligence assessment, the U.S. military strikes on 3 of Iran's nuclear facilities last weekend did not destroy the core components of the country's nuclear program and likely only set it back a few months.
That's right. So this is an assessment that actually is out from the Defense Intelligence Agency. That is the Pentagon's intelligence arm. And it was based on a battle damage assessment conducted by U.S. CENTCOM after the strikes.
Your people are trying to leak and spin that it wasn't successful. It's irresponsible.
We're speaking with Kristen about the repercussions and the concerns on Capitol Hill and really throughout the country here as to what happened so far away, but the concerns that maybe that will have an impact on us here. What are you hearing?
Getting more information from regional sources right now on this Iranian attack targeting the Al Udeid air base just outside of Doha, Qatar. The latest information that we have, according to the Qatari Foreign Ministry, they say these missiles were intercepted over the Qatari capital of Doha. They say there are no injuries on the ground, and the Qataris are condemning this attack launched by Iran.
We're getting reporting out of the New York Times now, Dan, that Iran gave advance notice to Qatar on its planned attack on the U.S. base, which could have played into the fact that Qatar was able to successfully intercept all of these missiles.
The president went to Truth Social and typed this. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire. Complete and total ceasefire is what he typed.
Yep. Israel accusing Iran of violating a ceasefire between the two countries. Israel saying it identified missiles launched from Iran. Now, Iran denying it broke that agreement.
So basically, the way I remember it, we were predicting that war was going to take place, or already taking place, I think. And I was definitely thinking that Iran should get some nukes immediately. And they didn't in time, it seems like.
I would if I were them, to protect myself, you know.
That is unironically my take, is that if Iran, you know, obviously if Iran had nukes, they would be fucked with, because North Korea has nukes, they don't get fucked with.
Yeah, that's
there's no regime change coming there.
Yeah, Mr. Jong-un likes to remind everybody of that every chance he gets.
미국은 결코 나와 우리 국가를 상대로 전쟁을 걸어오지 못합니다. 미국 본토 전역이 우리의 핵 타격 사정권 안에 있으며 핵 단추가 내 사무실 책상 위에 항상 놓여 있다는 것. 이는 결코 위협이 아닌 현실임을 똑바로 알아야 합니다.
Like, I do whatever I want. I feed my people their own shit, literally, and untouchable.
And thieves, they are poop thieves. And in the black market, they sell poop.
Untouchable.
And they still say he's the greatest. The most aggressive thing Korea's done to me has been to my bowels, because their food is spicy, boy.
Well, there's no food in North Korea, Andy, so it must have been South Korean food that you had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe a North Korean delicacy is like tree bark, those softer rocks that you can kind of chew on, forest floor sticks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to Iran. So we bombed their nuclear sites right after we finished streaming our last episode, like literally hours after we were done. Which, by the way, this episode of Grub Thug is brought to you by Qatar Airways. We have the same sponsor on this show as FC Barcelona, because we've upgraded.
Oh yeah, we're flying high class, boys.
But okay, and then after that, Trump was like, "All right, peace deal, ceasefire, no one shoot anybody," and it starts in 10 hours, and literally they both shot as much shit as they could at each other up until I think a minute after the ceasefire was supposed to end or whatever.
That's a pretty accurate recap, to be fair. I think that is like pretty much blow by blow what happened.
Yeah. Isn't this like the third time though? Like they've had like a ceasefire and like, oh yeah, we're totally gonna do a peace deal. We're totally gonna we're totally not going to fuck you over Iran, then we instantly fuck over Iran. And it's not even really
Well,
us.
it's more like America says we're going to sit down at 12 p.m. today and we're going to have talks. And Israel is like, okay, cool. And Iran is like, okay, cool. And then Israel shells the shit out of Iran from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. Like, until literally 11:59. It's just like, and I get it from Israel's perspective as a show of force, but you want to see Trump's reaction to it is actually fucking crazy.
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too. Are you questioning if Israel is committed? Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that? That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Is that really him?
Yeah, that's really him. You're the president of the United States dropping F-bombs on live. And look, to me,
So you're joking, right?
No, that's
a
literally,
real clip.
bro. He's stressed up to his eyeballs. You got the idea. Look, I've said this since the beginning. This is not
No,
World War
you're
III.
playing.
Andy, shut up. Let me get this. Let me get this fucking take off. Like I've said this since the beginning. This is obviously not World War III. It's the same continuous weird Zionist war that's been played out over 5 different arenas since the 90s. That started with 9/11, right? It's not World War III per se, but Trump is really on the brink of some massive catastrophe and starting some massive war that involves Americans being drafted and boots on the ground. And this is the first time with him dropping that F-bomb, honestly. And again, it could all just be kabuki theater. I am tempted to think that American politics is 90% kabuki fucking theater at this point. But him dropping that F-bomb was kind of, at least to me, showed he had a little bit of backbone. I took that F-bomb as like a little sneaky diss at Bibi Netanyahu. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Like, be very fucking careful, because if I'm trying to arrange peace talks and you're gonna start shelling the shit out of people, like I'm with you. And he did. It seemed like a shot. It seemed like a bit of a snide shot. Because think about it, that's the Ayatollah's not watching that shit. You know what I mean?
Do you think? I agree with Jordan's take. Thus, I don't need to say anything.
Do you think that I'm sorry, like there seems to be like a fire in my area. Anyway, dude, like do you guys think that that like Trump is just saving face? You know, like he can't really control what's going on, so he's just going to take credit for it or and pretend like it was part of the plan.
Well, I think he sees himself as the central figure and main decision maker. Like, hey, Israel, you need me, and hey, Iran, you need me to prevent Israel from, going too far, and then we're gonna have to help out with that too. So I think he sees himself as a central figure, but he isn't. Israel is the central figure, and I think he's kind of learning that, and he's trying to feign awareness of that because he knows that there's a huge portion of his party that are, also against this war, including Tulsi Gabbard, who's in his own fucking cabinet. So there's a lot of opposition. He's aware of it, and he knows that he's supposed to be the peace president, and that conflict of any type is bad. I remember everyone was freaking out back when they bombed Syria. Remember in the first term when he bombed Syria, he was like, they gassed their own people. That was bad. They shouldn't have done that. And we bombed Assad, and everybody said the same thing, like he's going to start World War III. There's a ton of things that people are always like, this is going to trigger World War III, that the American empire does, and it doesn't ever really trigger World War III because our aggression is kind of what keeps people in check, like our unpredictability. At least with Republican presidents and someone like Trump, there's that time when he was like, I threatened to bomb the shit out of him, and they thought this guy's probably joking, but just in case he's not, like, we're gonna behave. It was Russia. He was talking about Russia. And he was like, yeah, if you hurt Ukraine, I'm gonna have to get involved and bomb you. And he thinks that like putting out that unpredictable kind of image, that impulsive, strong response is what's going to, ultimately let him and the American empire get its way. But yeah, like I said, he's not the central figure. Israel is, and Netanyahu is, and this was all instigated by them. And I guarantee you the intelligence that the Americans were fed that said that Iran had that enriched uranium was probably the origin of it was probably Israel. You know, with
You
spies.
can probably find like videos of Bibi Netanyahu saying that Iran is like 10 months away from building a nuclear weapon from like the fucking early 2000s. You know what I mean? Like they just keep like.
In 1992, as a member of parliament, Netanyahu addresses the Knesset. He says, within 3 to 5 years, we can assume that Iran will become autonomous in its ability to develop and produce a nuclear bomb. 3 years later, in his book Fighting Terrorism, he repeats the same time frame, 3 to 5 years.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Fast forward to 2002. Netanyahu testifies before a U.S. congressional committee actively calling for the invasion of Iraq.
Are there any other nations that you would recommend that the United States launch preemptive attacks upon at this point?
The two nations that are vying, competing with each other, who will be the first to achieve nuclear weapons, is Iraq and Iran.
So yeah, Trump fell for it this time. You know, Trump's administration fell for it now.
Or you just create those videos using AI.
That's the thing, isn't it? You don't know what to trust. It's also the downside of hiring like a populist celebrity cabinet of kooks. It's like Tulsi Gabbard is going to run the military and Bobby Kennedy is going to run the fucking health department. It's just like, oh, okay, this cast of colorful characters. Like, oh, Vivek Ramaswamy is going to do immigration or something. Like Kash Patel is doing the fucking Epstein file. Like, it seems like a soap opera of just characters of just like, well, this is what you want, right? You wanted these people who would seem to give a fuck about you, but don't really. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it forces the American people and the rest of the world, for that matter, to be more engaged with the Trump administration. And the first term was like that too. It felt like a reality show that you were living in every day. Every day there's a new tweet or a thing, or he would start a fight with another country, or he would start a fight with a fucking celebrity. And it just kept going, and it was very like entertaining. And that's what was kind of worrisome about Biden was people were like, there's something wrong with him. You're hiding him because he's not out every day talking. There isn't something going on every day. There isn't like Biden news all the time. And he doesn't, you know, come out as much and speak as much. But it's like, well, compared to the Trump administration, like the amount of insane shit that they do, because most presidents just do nothing. Like, face it, you know, they just don't do much. They don't want to do things, you know, like Barack Obama and all the rest of them. They just would rather kind of lay low. Wouldn't we all, though, when we go to work?
Andy, your reaction to that F-bomb was visceral. Like, you were genuinely shocked. You were like, no way, prove it. Like, you had a fucking
I did think that was AI, yeah.
But why? Why did you have a reaction?
Because I haven't seen that video, and yeah, I'm surprised. It didn't sound like I've heard better Trump impressions, or you know,
it's coming through Jordan's phone into his microphone over Zoom through your phone, so that's probably
yeah. I mean, it is him. It literally is him. But yeah, cool.
No, I think it's only like an hour old too. It's only that was like early.
Yep.
Shit. I was saying the AI though was the Israel's evidence for that Iran had nuclear deposits or whatever, uranium deposits.
Well, there's a lot of post-bombing stories about the attack that the United States carried out that don't make the attack sound so good. One of them is all the photos of the trucks lined up preceding the attack, which shows that they probably smuggled out all the uranium and all the shit that they needed anyway. The second thing is that the bunker buster bombs didn't actually go really, really deep, and they feel like all the damage that they caused is nothing that's going to actually stifle the growth of uranium. And then there's another report that they did on the attack that says like it actually wasn't as devastating or successful as they think, and that they'll be able to enrich the amount of uranium that they had within a matter of months again. Is this like fear-mongering media stuff? Who knows? Any intelligence is always questionable, you know, about everything these days.
Yeah, it's all about take our word for it, you know. Now listen, boys, we're back. Okay. And I wanna hit you with a new segment that
Are we back with the facts?
I'm back with the facts, boys. The Fent facts.
You need a jingle. You need like a Fent facts.
Yeah. Anyway, fact number 1. The first commercially successful ballpoint pen was invented by Laszlo Biro in 1944.
Biro, dude. Biro.
Number 2. A standard washing machine typically contains between 1 and 2 pounds of copper. If you're really hungry, you'll find it. Fent fact number 3, the universe is actually a pain manufactured by a vampiric metaphysical entity known as a demiurge. Number 4, Oscar from Evangelion is the best girl. I think we're at 5 now. It only takes 1 sperm cell to get a woman pregnant. Just ask your mom. 6, Tyler Perry is gay. 7, 50% of all murders in the United States go unsolved. Number 7, the street price of meth can be anywhere from $10 to $400 per gram, depending on the quality. Number 8, Charlie Sheen is still alive. Number 9, DMT is fun and easy to make. Just read DMT for the Masses by Norman. Number 10, if you listen closely, you can hear the surveillance wires in the walls. And number 11, the lady that you keep seeing at the grocery store is actually a CIA gang stalker. That's all we have for you tonight on Fent Facts. Let's get back to the show.
I don't know how interesting the subject is to you guys, but recently, Alex Soros, the son of George Soros, got married to Huma Abedin, who used to be married to Anthony Weiner. Know them?
Judge Denise Coates sentenced Weiner to 21 months incarceration, saying, "This was a serious crime that deserves serious punishment. He used pornography and requesting a minor to perform sexual acts for him over the internet." Weiner broke into tears and cried for several minutes.
The Bureau of Prisons will decide in the next few weeks where Anthony Weiner does his time.
He has to report by November 6th, and his sentence includes 3 years probation after his release. In addition, he has to register as a sex offender, and he loses his right to vote.
Huma Abedin seemed to have it all. She was a top aide to Hillary Clinton and the wife of a brash New York congressman. Then came the tabloid sex scandal.
But while rarely appearing on the campaign trail, Abedin did speak at a press conference.
I have forgiven him. I believe in him.
Moments after he left the federal courthouse, where the judge told him he will have to register as a sex offender, glamorous wife Huma Abedin filed for divorce. She apparently decided that twice was enough to play the stand by my man role.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
And now he's hoping to return to politics in the same office where he started his political career, New York City Council. So please welcome the very contrite Anthony Weiner.
Voters were letting out a shry, as we say in Yiddish. They'd say nasty things or they talk about my past. That's not a good enough reason, I didn't think, not to get off the couch and try.
Or why should New Yorkers give you a chance at a political comeback?
And I accept responsibility for it. You won't hear me do what some other people in public life have done, Donald Trump or Andrew Cuomo or Eric Adams. I'm a victim. They persecuted me for no reason. I was dealing with very serious problems. I was dealing with what I now understand to be addiction. I'm Jewish. Look, all I can ever be is who I am right now. And that brought me to this space.
Abedin and Alex Soros said "I do" in front of a star-studded crowd over the weekend at the Soros family's beautiful Southampton estates. Now, Huma was previously married to disgraced politician Anthony Weiner.
Attendees included some of the most influential people in the country, spanning the realms of government, fashion, and entertainment. Among the distinguished guests were Vice President Kamala Harris and her husband, Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, and former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. Sounds like Nikki Hilton Rothschild, socialite and fashion figure, and Anna Wintour, the legendary editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine, was graced by a special performance from the iconic R&B group Boys II Men.
I know Huma Abedin from a little video called Frazzledrip. I'll just leave that there. I'll just leave that there.
What the fuck is Frazzledrip?
Oh boy, OG schizos will remember.
Is this is like a Hillary Clinton email thing, huh?
I remember that Anthony Weiner guy. What's he up to lately?
Nah, bro, Graham, you need to read out to Andy what Frazzledrip is.
I'm excited. Tell me.
There is a video out there that shows Hillary Clinton cutting the face off a teenage girl, wearing it like a mask, and then drinking the girl's blood so that she can obtain a certain chemical that gives her special powers.
You explain what frazzledrip is. Oh, here
Fuck that. I'm not trying to get killed. I'm not trying to get Seth riched. Fuck that. No way. You explain what frazzledrip is.
So it's Hillary Clinton's clothing line?
This guy, Anthony Weiner, posts his penis on his Twitter, gets caught by Andrew Breitbart. They investigate it. He had been sending dick pics to 15-year-old girls. And now this guy is back in politics, and he's
Bro.
He's going on his recovery tour, right?
If that's what you know, think what you don't. Frazzledrip.
Wasn't he on the View, Graham? Weren't you showing?
Frazzledrip.
So back to the red wedding, Graham.
Tip of the iceberg is frazzledrip. Anyway,
Tip of Anthony Weiner's penis is frazzledrip.
when he went to prison for being a
Jomo?
sex, he's a sex offender. He's a registered sex offender now. When he went to prison for that, his wife, before he left, divorced him and split, and now she's with the son of like the most rich and powerful guy in the world, the center of all psyop conspiracy theories, everything from like your mainstream conservative to your most fringe believes the Soros family has a hand in every left-wing riot and every
The Open Society Foundation is crazy.
yeah, they give like billions to just all these different little, I don't know, how do you describe a group like Black Lives Matter? Activist group, I guess. Like
Yeah,
that's
little
the
like
word.
Antifa kind of like leftist activist orgs.
hmm And they say he's the one behind like the trucks full of bricks that show up near protest and riot sites, right? That George Soros
Mhm.
paid them, and he pays professional protesters. There's a lot of people who are always at every protest, professionally agitating and doing shit like that. But isn't it wild though that these people like they have no shame, there's no bounds, no limits. And like, God, I don't know the difference between Alex Soros and Huma Abedin, but she looks like she's way older than that guy. Like, how is she a catch? You know?
Would you fuck her?
No way. Not my
Their
type.
pool of prospective partners in that world is extremely small because you need someone who is also a politician, socialite, or celebrity, someone who also comes from the same institutional families, someone who had the same connections to big money and banks and finance and NGOs, and someone who also likes to frazzledrip.
Yeah, Huma Abedin is not attractive to me, but you know who is? Bella Ramsey from The Last of Us.
The Lust of Us, huh?
Yeah,
The Lust of Us?
it's
Look
just
that up.
interesting because Anthony Weiner is literally the reason why, one of the reasons why Hillary Clinton lost that election. That exposed the laptop, the investigation of his dick pics, led to emails that they found, led to investigating her, leading to her deleting her emails, leading to all of that. That's when James Comey was like, actually, we're opening this investigation. And he was like, if I hold this in and the election happens and then Hillary Clinton wins and then I come out and I say she was under investigation, then everyone's going to be like, fuck the FBI, we can't trust you guys because we had the right to know that as voters if she was under investigation. So he was waited till the last minute because he couldn't make a decision, and he announced to everybody that she was under investigation. She thinks that that's what cost her the election.
The more important lessons that will affect our democracy going forward are not about him and his investigation. He, I think, forever changed history, but that's in the past.
But now this guy's running for like New York State legislature, and how can you have a political career, you know, after that? I don't know. Thoughts?
I don't like it.
But she's coming up big too. Like, did the list of all the celebrities at her wedding? It was like, can you imagine the adrenochrome fucking torture ceremony that happened after that wedding?
You should insert a clip of Eyes Wide Shut right here, I think. Like right here.
See, that's how we get copyright strikes, Andy.
Oh,
And,
that's right. I forgot.
Plus, it's like full frontal in that scene. Let's play it again.
Let's play it again. Yeah, run it back.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the not for kids. I'm gonna click that box when I upload this episode.
Hell yeah, definitely not for kids.
You know, I think that being a politician is all Anthony Weiner knows to do, right? He like probably just wants
that and pedophilia, I guess.
Like what we were talking about.
Fine dining and child porn. Yeah, that's all he knows.
Why doesn't he do a team up with Chris Hansen and like reboot To Catch a Predator? It's like we use a
predator. No, he's switching sides.
Yeah, he switches sides. Yeah, to redeem himself. It's like I'm a sick man.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, but like Andrew Breitbart, right?
Predator versus Predator.
Predator versus Predator. Yes, this is a good show. Where he's got to like catch a certain amount of pedophiles in order for him to like be free.
Yeah, no, win the election.
Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Fent fact number 15: you can donate blood if you need some extra cash. I donated blood today. I got $90. Can you see that?
Didn't you donate blood like 3 days ago, and then donate blood again?
Yeah, you just don't tell the new blood place that you did it 3 days ago. The other blood place, you got to find like if you get 3 blood places down, you have a pretty steady income.
They don't like.
I'm really worried that blood has become your full-time job, Andy.
Well, they give me back the blood. They just take the plasma, and I don't know what the plasma does, so they can have it.
Yeah, that's not how that works, but that's cool.
You can also donate sperm for $1,500 a month.
Any kind of plasma will do. Get your plasma. Plasma for sale.
Aryan plasma here. Get your Aryan plasma here.
Dude, I don't usually wax personal on this shit, but I told my lady that I used to donate sperm to a sperm bank as a joke, and she didn't know I was joking, and she was like really like hurt by that, and she was like, I might leave this guy. Like she was very upset. Like
she wanted the exclusive rights.
Yeah,
You want to copyright your children, your lineage.
Kinda. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. Women don't typically. It's not normal for women to care so much about that. Normally, it's the male. The paternity is like very much a thing that's interesting. She must really she must really love you. She must really specifically want your babies, and to be the only one who has your babies. That's cool.
The only drawback to donating sperm that I see really is that like down the road when I'm like 40, perchance meeting like a hot younger female version of myself and not realizing it until it's like the next morning. Like that's what I'm afraid of. But I guess you gotta roll the dice sometimes. You know what I mean? Money's money. $1,500. I mean, hey man, let's make some Andy clones.
You would be if your 20-year-old daughter and you're banging her, you would be 47 banging your 20-year-old daughter.
I didn't know you were in the sunburned women, Andy.
Oh, different kind of redskin. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed. Oh, so our pal Gypsy Crusader, huh? He went to the airport.
Yeah, he took a little trip somewhere, didn't he?
Paul Miller goes to the airport. Amazing.
Yeah, Yeah, you're a fucking. Yo, say a little bit louder. You're a fucking. A little bit louder, bro. A little bit fucking louder. Take a swing. Yeah. Oh, take a swing, bro. I'm not gonna hit you, bro. You think I'm retarded? You think I'm actually retarded? You're a fucking idiot, bro. Go ahead, take a swing. Take a swing. Take a swing. I'm Gypsy Crusader. I got arrested, bro. Oh, look at me. I'm a 410 retard. Post me a little 410 voice the fuck over, man. Holy shit, you are a bitch.
Go ahead, take a swing.
Biggest bitch, bro. Look at you. You are 100% bitch.
Go ahead, take a swing and see what happens.
100% made bitch.
Go ahead.
I'm not
do
doing
it.
shit to you, bro. You
do
would
it.
love that. You would love.
Yo, I
to
would.
take a script to you. Yeah,
I would.
You would absolutely love that.
I would.
Bro, get your hands in these first. And I'll do it.
Go ahead and try it.
Get your hands in these first.
Go ahead.
Get your hands in these first. You gonna do it or what?
We're doing it. Dude, he hasn't explained.
You know, the cops already know.
Yeah, the cops
and I told
already know.
them
They told him
that
what?
if you
What?
try
Call me a nigger, bro? You call me a
something. Yeah, I
nigger?
did. I did tell him.
Yeah. Say
I
it
did.
again, bro. Say it again. One more time.
You're a fucking.
Yeah, you see that? This guy's fucking
Yeah.
insane. Holy shit.
Yeah,
bro.
you are.
Yeah,
and you're
say it
acting
one more
like
time
one
so the
right now.
airport can hear you, bro. One more time so the airport can hear you. Fucking loser, bro. Loser.
I'm walking through the TSA thing, right, and he sees me, and he's like, you ain't gonna say it in fucking person, you fucking pussy cracker. And then I looked down, I was like, no, fuck you, Nick. I said it loud, and then I said it loud enough for the TSA guy that was like, oh, dog. I was like, sir, you can't say it. I'm like, oh, but it's okay for him to say it. That's okay. And they were like, oh, we're just not gonna get it. Then I go through the thing. They always do the crazy security check shit on me now. Yeah. Because I'm like a terrorist. And then he was just chimping out by the thing, right, losing his shit. And he comes like, you're cooked. You're cooked.
That was funny, dude.
So then when I finally got through, he like got the cops. I walked to the cops like, listen, that little fucking monkey over there. He's like, sir, you can't say that. Like, listen, I don't want to have you guys have to mop him up if he follows me through the terminal. So I'm going to tell you now, tell him to take a walk. Because if he tries to, he's like, well, sir, if he follows you, we can't stop.
You have to give him one thing, and that is that he really does stand on the shit that he says. Now, whether or not you think it's too far, or you think he's kind of like, on this crusade where he wants to help people.
He is a
lot
crusader.
of,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, like he's on a crusade where he wants to help people who might not necessarily like or accept him, and that there's this whole thing about like, yeah, you could have opinions about his behavior on apps like Telegram and shit like that, but you can't say the guy doesn't stand on his fucking beliefs. Like he will literally square up and just fight a guy at the airport. Although I
Yeah.
did see I did see the black guy who was filming him, and he was tiny. Like it wasn't like it was like a.
Well, it just goes to show that, he will be confrontational in real life with his racism, whereas I shout the N-word at a homeless black man and then I roll
Or
up the
online.
tinted window really quickly.
Yeah.
Does. My point is that Paul goes out of his way to. You should dub over this with like Brazilian or something. Like you should like dub over this.
Say Hawaiians, because that's
Hawaiian.
Oh, it's gonna be fun how I edit this. You're just gonna have to wait and see once it's
You're just gonna clip this part out, huh?
We'll see.
But I mean, like Paul really stands on that shit. Like he really stands on it, and he really he's about it.
He's a man of his word, the N-word.
If you're going to be that confrontational, it's very easy to do that from behind a screen. I can think of a lot of other people who have done like similar things in a similar vein to Paul, who just wouldn't back it if it came to it. But he's really, he's a fighter.
Yeah, well, on the first
You think he's handsome,
episode
Jordan?
of Meth Squad with him, he tried to fight.
I think he used to be handsome. I think I don't know what, he looks like he's had
I think he's a
plastic
good-looking
surgery
guy.
or some shit. Like recently, he looks like, I don't know if he had Botox or some shit. I don't know what he had, but like.
I think he had it's
I
called.
think he got the prison diet. I think that slimmed him down pretty good.
Said the
Don't beat
same
me up, Paul.
joke,
I'm your friend. Like not publicly, but also like if you see me in real life, I'm definitely your friend. Don't kick the shit out of me, Paul, please, please.
Yeah, doesn't Paul live in the same like fucking state as you or something?
When he got out of jail, he could have made a decision to be like, I'm gonna walk away from this. It's bringing all this unwanted attention, and it's causing shit like my house getting raided by feds to happen, and people harassing my family and shit like that. But he doubled down instead, and he's never been more popular. Like his videos are filling up the algorithm like crazy. People are sharing his stuff. He's like widely known. He was years ago too, but now he like comes across people on a stream and he'll come across like black kids who are like excited to see him. Have you seen that one? And he calls them the N-word and they're like, yeah. It's like,
Yeah, there's some Puerto Rican one as well where he's just sitting there. He's just so annoyed that they love him.
yeah. He's so annoyed that they love him. Exactly. So he's gotten like even bigger and doing this content, and it's just pretty wild to me that like it continues to grow. Like the Gypsy Crusader continues on and goes and goes. More consistent than Meth Squad than this fucking show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's
And
true.
none of
He's
us
obviously
went to fucking jail for like a year, so what's our excuse? God damn, dude.
I guess.
Back to hot takes. I think that Iran should have nukes, and we should stop fucking with them.
I don't think any of us, like out of the three of us, could actually do what Paul does. Like you
I
have to
don't
even
think we
just
want to. I don't
no,
think it's a good
no, it's
idea.
not. Yeah. I know we could. Listen, I know it's. I know that.
I think he made a lane just for himself, and he stays in his lane, and I respect that. But I don't want to join him on said lane. You know what I'm
See,
saying? Like,
dude. I think that's the thing.
I
That's
like to drive
actually
right
the
up
thing
to the
I don't
line,
respect.
and I drive
Actually,
back in my little vaporwave car. You know, drive right up to the
yeah.
line, and I drive back. You know what I mean? So it's like
No,
looking at a job at the
listen.
gas station.
I
I don't
totally
think
get
anyone's
it.
employing Paul Miller. I think he has to do this. No
Listen,
offense to you, Paul. Again, don't kick my ass. But I'm just saying, I don't think he has a choice.
Okay, yeah,
He's been
that's not what I mean.
institutionalized by the internet. I mean, if you want to join him, Jordan, like, sure, like, fly out to fucking Dallas, you know, square up at the airport.
I'm literally banned from the United States of America. No, what I'm saying is
Okay,
actually,
pussy. That's just an excuse, dude. You can sneak in this country easily. The
let me know when
immigrants
you're
do it
done.
all the time. If the immigrants get it so easily, why can't you do it, Jordan? So you're a
It's a
fucking
fun
pussy.
idea. It's no joke. It's a fun idea for a documentary, isn't it? Like George sneaks into America to see how easy it is, like drive over the border. No, my thing is this, like, there's actually, if you want to be honest about it and you want to have like a real, like, down to earth thing about it, there is actually a marketplace now for flagrantly just saying the word on Instagram and on
No.
Twitter.
Or
We know that there's a market for it, Jordan.
Okay,
Live ends will always sell. We know that, baby.
No. It's not about selling in the fucking shitpost arena. It's about, do you guys know who Shiloh Hendrix is?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I mentioned earlier.
okay, Andy, do you?
No.
Okay, so
Is he a rapper?
this is a single mom, I believe, of a kid who
Oh,
took him to
her. She's so hot, dude. Oh my God. Can she adopt me, please? Shiloh, if you're
Yes,
listening to this,
I think it's crazy that like racism makes it hard to you, but like I just
oh my
I,
God, she's beautiful. Have you seen her?
yeah, she's
Have
the
you seen the deep face of
definition
her, more
the
specifically?
definition of oh no, what the fuck? No. What, dude? Oh, you gooner minds, bro. Like
I don't think she's a single mom, but I don't
I'm
know.
sure she's not.
Not for
If she
long,
was, I'm sure
boys. You
she's.
know what I'm saying?
If she's not, I'm sure she. If she was, I'm sure she's not anymore. So there's a queue of people like Andy queuing up to date her just because she's racist. I've never
Silo,
understood. Honestly,
I can
like
keep you
whenever
safe, keep you
we're got
warm.
like
I can fuck
just
you calm.
a bit of advice to anybody if anybody ends up listening to this bit.
Silo, listen, I'll
Holy
take
shit.
care of your children.
Do not date women who are overly performatively racist. It's usually a LARP. It's usually for your attention. It's usually underlying
She
indicator of
raised like
some
a
like
lot of money though doing it, like a lot.
she's not the type of woman that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the pygmy girls on like Telegram,
Oh,
or on
they're
Twitter,
fake, yeah.
or on Twitter.
Dude,
No, in
why
her
can't you
case, she
just let
bubbled
women be
over.
women, bro? Like, why do you gotta judge them and try to put them in their place? You think it's too good to be true that they're racist? Do you think inherently women are not
Yeah,
racist?
100%. No. Healthy women should be more liberal and libertarian leaning. Yeah, absolutely. Like, well, I
Maybe
don't
the
want to
woman
like
you
I don't want
date.
the wife of my mother of my children to be a neo-Nazi. No, fuck no.
That's why you're single, Jordan.
Yeah, definitely. There's so many hot neo-Nazi women out there desperate to date. Yeah, you're right. You're right. If only I was more right wing, Andy. That's my problem. Like, fuck. Everyone's looking for this like perfect trad girl in a sundress. The truth is, most trad women that you find in church are over the wall, 27 years old, of only going to church because they finally decided that they're ready to settle down. It's better to meet a girl who's younger. Most younger women are feminists and they're art hoes. The thing is, if a woman is like a woman being liberal is actually an indication that she reads the room, that she like is tapped into the current of like, well, what's the socially acceptable opinion? Oh, everyone does this. Oh, okay. Like
No,
women don't think
no,
that deep about it. Like when a
no.
woman starts dating, you can tell me about why you think I'm wrong after. Let me at least finish, okay? When a woman starts dating you as a man, you are the leader. So the woman's political and fucking religious opinions should go out of the fucking window after you've been about dating for about 6 months. Whatever she was when she started dating you, she should be exactly what you are after about 6 months. You should
Okay,
never
yeah,
come.
that I
You should
agree with.
never conform. So if she's an art hoe, if she's a liberal, if she's a feminist, or whatever the fuck, it shouldn't matter. You're in charge. She follows you. If not, kick her to the curb. Why are you still dating her after 6 months if she still believes that crazy shit?
I
Right? Like
was
I'm
gonna
saying, the
respond to you,
framing
but
of most guys is I want this trad wife who comes pre-packaged in a box. And
yeah,
like the homie Sam Hyde says, this bitch does not exist. And you don't want a girl like that. I want a girl who's gonna play Xbox with me and talk about Hitler. It's like, no, you want to date a dude. You want to date a fucking man.
yeah.
No. See, I'm far past like the trad wife fantasy. What I'm into now is dating a hot amputee. I'll always know where she is. She can't get away from me that easily. And if she ever tries, I'll be
I
there.
want to judge you so badly for this, but I always wanted to date a deaf girl.
Like
that was always a big thing
a
for me.
deaf girl would be great. A blind chick would be even better. Just think about it.
No,
Because you can be ugly and still date her. Think about that, guys.
No, deaf is great. Deaf is like fantastic.
Well, I like music though, and I want someone who can appreciate music with me. Like someone who can't see, also like like she might be Daredevil. Like she might have other like heightened abilities.
She could read the lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jordan wants to be like shaking awake. Jordan, where's the babe? Jordan, where's the babe?
No, I didn't say retarded. I said deaf. There's a difference. In my head, she just doesn't talk. Yeah, in my head, she doesn't talk.
So I get what you were saying earlier, and I was going to
disable GF.
I was going to add, like, if you're talking about when you first meet a woman and she isn't exactly everything that you think, yes, because women
it's
are
about values. It's not about politics. If she's super liberal and left wing, but she comes from a nice big family and they are cohesive and her mom and dad are together and she respects her father, that is way more of the values, the actually deep entrenched values are way more important than the performative bullshit of like, I'm a feminist this week, I'm a liberal next week. Young people don't know what the fuck they are.
He's getting married. Let him talk about it. He's got experience.
Sorry. You're right. No, listen, trust me, I have experience. My issue is not with getting women. My issue is keeping women. That's like
he's got the receipts, dog.
When I was younger, I gravitated towards women who had like same interests as me, like in music and film and shit like that. And that was like a very big mistake and like shouldn't have been as valued as the underlying like person that the woman is based on like how she's raised in her upbringing.
Absolutely. Imagine that, like we like the same band. It's like, oh fuck, well we might as well build an entire framework for a life together then, because we both like Limp Bizkit or whatever the fuck it is. Like
when you're young, you want a cool girl, right? You want to date cool. You want to be cool. You want to date cool girls. So
yeah, I guess that is
there, done that.
But my lady now, my wife is she could give a fuck about like we have certain things in common, and that's what we do. We both love horror movies, so we see horror movies in the theater together. We watch them at home, and that's like one of the things. Like you should have some things that you enjoy together, like that for sure. But like other than that, the music that she listens to and the shit that I'm into, she doesn't care. She doesn't want to watch UFC with me. She doesn't want to pretend to watch boxing with me. She doesn't pretend to like beer. She doesn't give a shit when I watch hockey. Like she's
God intended.
And it's like when I'm hanging with my friends and I'm drinking or doing whatever, she does not. She leaves me the fuck alone. She doesn't care. She isn't like you drank last night. And so like I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I feel like I have the healthiest relationship in the world. But it took me a long time to get married. I'm old. I wasted a lot of time on like getting.
And you'd recommend that people get married younger?
I would, but it's harder to know what to look for when you're younger. Some things are lived experiences that you have to have.
And do you think that, because I still get from like weird ex-Meth Squad fans, I still get like comments like, "Oh, you corrupted Andy," because like we kind of bullied Andy into not being a virgin and incel anymore. Like we kind of get credit for like no joke. Some of them make it about me being Jewish, and they're like, "Oh, you corrupted him." Like you like, yeah, like it's like fucking.
You did say, Andy, if I was there right now, I would buy you a prostitute. That's what
true,
you said.
and
Like,
I stand by that. In fact, I honestly think that would have been better than the shit decisions you did make.
Such a good friend.
No, I made some good decisions. I just had because I had to learn the hard way.
Like so it really depends. I don't know what to advise.
Let me share my expertise now.
Yeah, please.
Listen, like if you're a man and you're in your like mid-20s and you don't have like this the black aura that being an incel gives you, there's a big difference between being an incel and being a virgin. Like, if you're cool with being a virgin and it's not bothering you, like, if you don't feel societal pressure to get laid or something, then yeah, like, wait until marriage, right? I think. But, like, if you really have that deep, dark aura of just, like, I want to kill myself and I fucking hate everybody.
So real.
You need to just, like, bust, like, a couple times. Now, my numbers are 15. And, I honestly, a few of those are regrettable. Like, a few schizophrenics in there, some strange sex, really. It was fun, but I'm good now. Like I'm good. I think I'll wait until like serious relationships. I had a couple practice ones, that I just ignored all the red flags. Don't do that. If a bitch has like these like crazy eyes, like these ones, like just stay away. It doesn't matter how hot she is, how big your butt is. You know what I mean? Don't do it. If she's got like a kid with like broken knee at home and she still wants to fuck, don't go in there. If
Do you see why I suggested the hooker now?
Shut up.